Here we go. I finally finished all of these nonfiction books, going through all of them. Can you believe it? Remember when I started talking about it, I was way over here in the history section. And I said, oh, yeah, I got all this history to go through. It's going to take a while. Da, da, da. And that was months ago. And then I started getting to the religion section, business and econ. And then more recently into the arts and crafts section, which I finished a few weeks ago. And there was some random stuff here I put together. What is that? Astronomy, animals, gardening. Uh, what is down here? Right, that's humor down there. Archaeology. I'm getting some architecture books together here, etc. Just kind of spreading out some books up here. And then I finally got into what did say self-empowerment, which is essentially self-improvement, self-help books. And there was some other different types of genre books in there. And I'll write the travel, so I got travel writing, and then this is travel books as well here. These two are empty for now, two shelves after I went through everything, and then I got on this side, and now I have gone through the cultural or ethnic studies books, which are now just down there. New Age, which is a whole thing. I've got some books there. As you can see, it's more more sparse now, or sparser, more sparse. And then the games and sports books. Turns out there was a lot of sports books up there. I kept a good amount of them. So now this is what it looks like, guys. It's definitely less full, but that's okay because I'm going to start, I'm going to continue to add more books. And then these are all different genres that don't have enough. I mean, they do have enough. Well, no, some of them don't. Like relationships, there's different stuff here. Education. So for now, I'm just going to leave them like that until I start to get more books and I can put them in their own category. I put different, just handwritten category signs, because the other ones were just too big and they were getting in the way of the books. Even though my handwriting is not that great, but it's black on yellow paper, so it stands out and it's going to work well enough for now. And now that I've done all that, let me know what you think. I just this morning, started diving into the cookbooks, which goes 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves down. I've already only keeping those, already getting rid of a bunch of them. A lot of them are older, and which is fine for some cookbooks, but there's not much of an interest on Amazon. I'm probably not going to keep it unless it seems to be somehow different or unique or interesting. And then I've also found in there weight loss books. So like dieting, weight loss, that kind of thing, as well. And some of those types of books, those weight loss books, fat loss, etc., I've put over in the health section. So what I'm going to end up doing is pulling all of the weight loss books, dieting books, etc., putting those together, separating those from just the general health books, and then of course have cookbooks separate. So what I'm thinking is to put the cookbooks, weight loss, and the health books next to each other, because it seems to make more sense that way. So my thought was, because I'm probably going to get rid of like half, I would imagine. We'll see. A lot of these anyway, but after going through all 4, I'm sure I'll have like 2 or more. I don't know. We'll see. But probably a lot less books, so I'll free up a lot of space. So my thought was, instead of just leaving them there, I could put them over with all the rest of the nonfiction, because there's so much shelf space over here. I could put the cookbooks and the fat loss or weight loss books together. And then health as well, move the health from over there and combine it. Let me know what you think. I think that makes sense. But I won't do that until I get through all of the cookbooks to see how many I have, how many I'm left with, how much of the weight loss stuff I have, etc., and what else is in there, because I don't know. It just would make more sense to me if somebody was looking for weight loss, or somebody's looking for health, or weight loss for sure, then they would look for a cookbook. So also as a way to free up those shelves so that I can kind of give some relief to all the fiction books, because fiction is very popular. But that's the next thing I'm going to be going through, is the fiction. And so then I could start the fiction at the top there, and then start to go down and have some more space for it. And space not only to, so it's not so packed right now, but also to add to it. And like I already see there's books that I've got like 7 copies of the same book down there. I don't know why. Oh no, those aren't the same. Sorry, those are just the same author. I just noticed that right now. But yeah. But anyway, so I'm sure I'll be pulling some fiction as well that I won't want to keep. But for now, yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway, to free up those. Sorry, I'm kind of lost in thoughts here. To free up those shelves for the fiction, because this is all just general fiction, but and then it goes into young adult and kids. But these two shelving units here and 3 shelves there are all just general fiction, because after the kids' books it jumps into thrillers, mystery, and then there's a lot of mystery books here, and then it starts going into the science fiction and fantasy books, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 entire bookcases with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves. So that's a lot of, what is that, 32 shelves? Is that right? Of sci-fi and fantasy. And as you can see, it's pretty packed. People aren't buying that much of it. Anyway, that's a different conversation, but that's what I'm going to get into down here. And that's going to be a little harder to go through this stuff because a lot of it's been sitting a long time, like the Clive Cusslers, the Clancy, there's Crichton, there's a lot of Clive Cussler, Higgins, there's a Janet Ivanovich. So there's a lot of stuff, Patricia Cornwell, that people will just randomly buy. But there's even others, Jonathan Kellerman, but J.D. Robb. There's a lot of big authors and lesser known ones as well. Dean Koontz has a whole shelf up there, and it goes over there. Wow, that's a lot. Sounds like I could put that into a lot. I don't know. So I have to make a decision of whether I want to continue to have the mainstream authors in fiction, which will be the next big thing to decide once I get through with the nonfiction. Whether I want to have all of these really best-selling authors that sell a ton of copies of their books, but then they don't become really valuable later down the road. There's just tons of them out in the market. Or if I want to have more lesser known, also just more current stuff as well. It was always the goal. But we'll see as I go forward and start looking through the books. But that's where I am. Let me know what you think. Because before I even got into all of this, I was over here. I did the biographies and autobiographies, memoirs first, which was this whole thing going up and reference and poetry and all that stuff. So this was all done a while ago. I'm almost completely done with the nonfiction. Once I get through, once I do the cookbooks, that's going to be it, I believe. And then it's going to be fiction and kids. And in the kids section, I'm gonna separate them between the picture books and the chapter books. Try to make it a little nicer. What I'll probably do is just put it more like based on size, so it looks a little more aesthetically pleasing. And I might pull some of these older books that are pretty tattered, and we'll see how it's going to look. I just want to make it look a lot nicer than it does now. It's a bit of a mess, but hopefully it looks better. The areas that I've gone through look better now than they did before. There's a lot of history books. And the goal is to just keep getting in quality books and add it to the shelves and sell those books. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next video. Take care.